Hi everyone, welcome to another video by Optionables. My name is Saket and today in this video we are going to look at what happened to the markets, what we can expect from the markets tomorrow, and also what happened to our trade. So as expected, today also the market ended up consolidating. So today was a whole day of consolidation. Morning, market slightly opened gap up, and throughout the day the market ended up trading around 17,300. Even if you look at Bank Nifty, it opened slightly higher, but throughout the day, Bank Nifty consolidated between 35,700 to 35,800. So meanwhile, we saw somewhere in between a 50-point dip in Nifty, but it happened 2 or 3 times. But more or less, as soon as the dip came, there was immediate buying, which again took the market back to 17,300. So what we are seeing from past few days is that especially towards the end of the day. So even if you look from Friday or Thursday, if you take for example, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, what we have witnessed is especially during the last 30 minutes, there is very strong buying coming in the markets. So we saw Friday also when we were doing the live trade, last 30 minutes, there was a bounce of almost 80 points in Nifty. We witnessed that yesterday also. Yesterday, during the last hour, market actually ended at the highest point of the day, and same thing happened today. So today, we also got to witness certain stock specific moves. One was Hero MotoCorp. So there was a IT raid on Hero MotoCorp, and they found out that there was 1,000 crores worth of bogus expense. That means the expenses which cannot be claimed, and they have claimed it as an expense to reduce tax. So that's the reason Hero MotoCorp was down by 8%. So apart from that, there were certain stock specific moves, especially in the pharma sector, and HDFC also ended up gaining around 3%. So today, if you actually look at the market, the overall market breadth is negative. So out of 2,000 actively traded stocks in NSE, 1,200 have actually declined, whereas only 800 have gained. So the overall market breadth is negative. In spite of this, Nifty was up by 0.6%. It was up by 100 points. The reason to this is Nifty is controlled by few heavyweights only. One is HDFC Bank, Infosys, Reliance, and so on. All these stocks were actually in positive. So even though the market breadth was negative, Nifty was up by almost 100 points. And today, private sector banks ended up performing really well, which led the Bank Nifty higher. So HDFC Bank, Kotak Bank, and ICICI were the top 3 gainers, and they together have more than 60% weightage in Bank Nifty. So obviously, Bank Nifty would have also shot up. So overall, it was an easy day to trade because the market moved nowhere. If the stop loss was not triggered in the small 50-point dip, then more or less the market ended up consolidating throughout the day. So as discussed in the previous video, the market did again end up consolidating between 17,000 to 17,500, and Bank Nifty did to consolidate around 35,800 itself, well below 36,000. So now we actually ended up booking the ratio spreads today because there was hardly any money left to be made. So we ended completely booking our ratio spreads, and we have taken a fresh short straddle at 36,000. So I'll be sharing that as we move towards the screen video where I will be showing you what trades we have taken and where exactly are the break evens on Sensibull. So now we'll be also quickly moving to the screen recording, and we'll discuss more about what to expect from the market based on the open interest as well as charts, and I will also be discussing today's trade. Today's trade is fairly simple because market ended up consolidating throughout the day. So the decay in the morning session was very less. So there was absolutely no decay in the morning session, but towards the afternoon session, we slowly started to see option premium get eroded. So the gain was minimal. So we ended up making around 1.75 to 2 lakh. So overall, it was a positive day, but the majority of the decay came towards the end. So now we'll be quickly moving on to the video and we'll look at the trade in detail. So meanwhile, if you're liking the content on this channel, do not forget to hit the like button, share this video, and also subscribe to Optionables. And do let us know in the comment section how your trade day went, because the market ended up consolidating throughout the day. Thank you so much for joining, guys. Hi guys, welcome to the trade review by Optionables. Let me just filter out the intraday trades. As you can see, the overall MTM for today is around 2.05 lakh. So when I just filter out Nifty, so as you can see, this was the major trade which we took, and the majority of the profit actually came from this 17,300 short straddle. And if you had watched the live video, you know that we have 3 entries, one at 9:30, 11:30 and 1:30. So 9:30 and 11:30 entries were 17,300. We had a 17,250 entry at 1:30. So overall, with intraday, we didn't end up making much. We made around 1 lakh. So we had a very nice decay towards the end. So the thing is, there is nothing much to show on the chart, because even when I open the chart, you can see that market consolidated throughout the day in a very small range of 17,250 to 17,300. And this is the reason the stop loss got triggered nowhere. So neither on the downside nor on the upside, the stop loss got triggered, and we got a very nice decay towards the end, and we ended up booking somewhere around 1 lakh. So there is nothing much to talk about the trade, because there was no adjustments done. It was a very simple entry and exit towards the end. So the thing is, as we are discussing this, so we have already finished shooting the intro video. We also have one more news out, and this news is Russia and Ukraine peace talks have made progress. So this is a very positive news, because right after this news, European markets went up almost 3%. So they were already up by 1.5%. So after this news, they went up almost 3%, and even US markets have opened up higher. So SGX right now is indicating a start of around 150 to 180 points higher. In case if the sentiment continues, we might also end up opening 200 points higher. But if we see any correction in US towards the end, then we might open gap up of somewhere around 50 to 100 points higher. So that is one positive news for us. And today, even if we look at the FII data, so let's just look at that. So you can see today DIIs ended up purchasing somewhere around 1,800 crores, and FIIs purchased around 35 crores. One more thing what you can observe here is FII selling has come down quite a lot. So before, if you remember, they were selling around 3,000, 4,000 crores every single day. But you can see from past week, they have been buying, selling, buying, selling. It's more like a mixed figure. So there is no continuous selling. Again, this is also a positive news in the sense, even though they are not aggressively buying, they not selling itself is a big positive news for us. So on the other hand, we have one positive news flow coming in Russia, Ukraine, and we also have FIIs who have stopped selling. So that's the reason the downside might be limited. So we don't know much about the upside yet. So definitely upside is open, but the downside from here might be limited. One more trend what we are observing is whenever the market is dipping, immediately people are coming and buying. So as I already told you, we had booked the ratio spreads, what we had carried. So if you are new to this channel, you can definitely go back and check out past 2 videos where we discuss about a ratio spread, which we had taken. And right now we have a simple short straddle at 36,000. So we have gone 20 lots, C and P, a simple short straddle at 36,000. So these are our break evens. So one thing is I have gone completely naked. So there is no hedge for the short straddle. I will tell you why. So here I have tried to play with the quantity. So I have kept the quantity so low that even tomorrow, let's say market ends up going up by around 4%, we'll be losing around 3 lakh. So the quantity I have kept is very low, and that's the reason I will be able to manage it. Or in the worst case, let's say there is a 3% gap up, I'll be having a loss of around 2 lakh. I will just exit and book everything. So there is no need to carry it. So the thing is, since the quantity is so low, I will be able to manage the huge gap up or gap down. So even if there is a, let's say 5% gap up or a gap down, then even then the loss is going to be around 5 lakh, which is less than 1% of the total capital. So if you are doing it naked, it's better you always do it with very low quantity. And now in case if the market actually ends up consolidating right over here, by tomorrow this position is going to give us somewhere around 1 lakh. So this is a very simple position what we have taken. And since the market is looking positive, that is also a good news for us, because right now market is at 35,800. Tomorrow, even if we have a gap up of 1%, it is going to come closer towards 36,000, 36,100 or 36,200. Apart from that, looking at the overall market summary based on the open interest, so you can see right now the PCR ratio is suggesting 1. People more or less are expecting good consolidation in the market. So this is going to be true in case if there is no news flow based event which will trigger a rally. So as long as no news flow is triggering the rally, then we can expect the markets to end between 17,000 to 17,500. So that is where we have the highest OI, and definitely 17,200 is going to be a very, very strong support for the market. So we saw that being respected yesterday and even today. So that's the reason 17,200 is also a good support for the market. So now when we look at Bank Nifty, so we are at a very crucial level of 36,000. So this has the highest open interest. In case if this gets breached, so then there are chances that we might also end up heading higher. If the market opens higher and if the gap cannot sustain and the market falls below 36,000 again, then we will see some aggressive call rating at a higher level like 36,500 and 37,000. We'll see a lot of call rating happening. So that's the reason again on the downside we have a very good support at 35,000, which is again a positive thing. And on the higher side, I am expecting the markets not to break 37,000 before the expiry. But again, if we have any news based event, then definitely markets will be crossing 37,000. So that is the outlook what we have as of tomorrow, and I have also shared what trades we exactly took today and what positions we are carrying for tomorrow. What we have to focus on is how the price action is going to be tomorrow, since there is a news based event. So there is a news flow of Russia and Ukraine making progress with the peace talks. So we should see how exactly this is going to turn out, and the price action tomorrow is going to hold a key. In case if there's a gap up sustains and market ends at day high, that is very positive. In case if there's a gap up and the gap up cannot sustain and the market starts coming down, then that is not so positive. So tomorrow's price action is going to tell us most of the things, because I will tell you why tomorrow is so important. Because after this we have the expiry, and this expiry is the end of the month, quarter, as well as the financial year. So this expiry is also pretty crucial. So we have 2 more days left. Let's see what best can be done and how the trading goes. So with this, we also come to the end of this video. If you're liking the content on this channel, don't forget to hit the like button, share this video, as well as subscribe to Optionables. Thank you so much for joining, guys.